Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, the 6th of March 2026. We are gathering at this time to do this chanting to show our respect, veneration, homage to the Buddha for his kindness and compassion towards all sentient beings, and we are fortunate to have this opportunity to study and practice the Dhamma. So just an announcement that tomorrow once again we will have the day retreat starting at 9 o'clock. So if you are thinking to join, you may come and join. And today I feel very light. There is no feeling of a pressure in my head and also in my heart. It's been a month that I was feeling very heavy in my head, and my heart was not in a good condition. I constantly feel the heat and unusual palpitations. So after a couple of checkups yesterday, I picked up the medicine, and last night I took the medicine, and this morning, and when I wake up, I feel much lighter. In a sense, I don't have now. I don't have that feeling of a heaviness and headaches, an unusual heart palpitation is not there now. But the one thing that I felt those days, I did not feel much cold. I feel warm. My hands feel warm. But today, this morning, now I feel cold. My hands feeling cold. So that is the result of taking the medicine. Now I'm feeling cold. So this is a physical transformation. When we look at our self, we come across with many different problems in our life. Sometimes the problem related to family, other times related to work, and other time related to the things that we are connected. And we also feel that there are non-stop. Why I'm having to face with so many troubles? And whatever problems that we are going through, all those problems will end the very moment when we have a physical health problem. We cannot drag anymore once we have a physical problems, illnesses. So a person who is healthy has many problems, but the person who is physically unwell has only one problem. And that problem is good enough to make us miserable and troublesome. So that's exactly what I was going through. But in the midst, I also engage with other businesses. But today, after taking a medicine, I feel much better. Similarly, last night I received my dissertation book. This is I had a graduation in December as a completion of my PhD completion, but I wasn't allowed to print until the university grants the permission for this my dissertation. So I had to wait for some times. And about 2 weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, I think, I got the permission to print. But since I am here, I was not able to do, so I asked my friends to do a printout. So normally you have to print out at least 6 copies for the different places. So I printed out 7. I got 2. And last night, without me knowing, one of our members returned back from Thailand, so brought this dissertation to me. So it's very nice to see her work. And now I feel I'm complete. Now I feel like I'm complete. So this is the proof. There's a dissertation here, and then the certificate. So yeah, thank you very much, Karen, Carling, Nelly, One Pen, online joining us, and we have Gavin here. And last night we had another wonderful time with Bhante Bodhi. Was explaining about the anger and dealing with the anger. That was the 6th session, and now another 2 sessions left. If you wish to listen his talk and practice, you can listen on YouTube. When I reflected on the Buddha's teachings, that Buddha's teachings and principles are designed to lead our good life, and good life with wisdom, and not only good life with the wisdom, that wisdom leads to the liberation. And it also, when we talk about the good life, it provides a practical guidance for our worldly successes, whether it is in our work, whether it is in our family relationships or any relationships, or any reputations, or even stability in our way of life. So there are various Dhammas, so-called the teachings of the Buddha, available in the scripture that leads to the successes. And one of them is known as the Dhamma that starts off with having desire to do, called a chanda, desire. And here again, this is the positive desire to do things. And not only desire to do things, but you have put sufficient effort to do it, which requires a persistent practice, disciplined, and also avoiding any laziness. And always a space for the improvement on the journey. So that's a diligent practice. When we talk about the diligence, then that basically means we are mindful of our desire, wish to do, mindful of our action that we are implementing, and are mindful that which mental state are we having or to relate or in a relationship with the desired aims. That often our desire can change, or there is a desire not to continue. In those cases, we have to be very mindful and use the wisdom to carry on. And that's how not only the desire, effort, and we are mindful of it, we also have to have a wisdom, a constant checking cause and effects, environments, and so on. And similarly, about 5 years ago, I started studying this PhD online. There were moments I wanted to give up. There was a strong desire that I wanted to do because I was invited to give talks and leading meditation sessions to the students, those who are studying PhD, and I feel a bit uncomfortable. As a result, I wanted to complete it. There was a desire, there was a purpose. With that, I enrolled, and those 2 years were very tough years. I had to wake up 2 in the morning, studying until 10 o'clock in the morning, from 2 to 10. And in the meantime, after that again, engaging with the members that they are coming to the temple and teaching and so on. So with that, there were moments that I wanted to stop and quit from studying because of the financial constraint, financial difficulties, and time constraint. Time was not right. I had to wake up at 2 o'clock and join the courses. And the responsibility of being abbot of the temple. However, with the encouragement of friends and my own wish to complete, my persistent effort continued. Further on, I managed to keep my discipline and try not to miss the classes despite in the early morning. And with that persistent effort, I worked. And then I think that was the wise decision that I made, that I didn't discontinued, but continue practiced. I thought about quitting simply for the temporal comfortability. But after thinking of the consequences or the results, I continued. And in the meantime, there was a thought of learning is more important first before you're acting, so that I would not have the feeling of discomfort when I am talking to the students. So with that, despite the difficulties, I continued and fulfilled all the regulations of the university. In the meantime, that gave me a plenty of wisdom, knowledge regarding the Buddha's teachings and how the Buddha's teachings is practical in our daily life, especially in the terms of psychology, that how Buddha's teachings are so relevant in our modern society. So with that different difficulties, finally I managed to complete and feel grateful and happy. And in the meantime, on the journey, definitely I received a lot of support from different people, whether the classmates, whether the members of the communities, and even family members supported me. So surrounding with these good people and wishing for the success really helped me to achieve this success. Hadn't I had those supports and encouragements in all sorts of aspects, I would not have been able to complete this. So I feel grateful and thank you everyone, and really appreciate for all the supports. So that's why it doesn't matter which task we take on. First of all, we have to have a desire, and that desire is alone not enough. We have to have sufficient effort that been applied, and in the meantime always checking, being mindful of our cause and effects or surrounding things, ups and downs, and never discontinue, and eventually will be able to attain the success in whichever tasks we are aiming for. So as I have completed my task, so I wish you all that whichever task you are taking or aims that you are having, may those come true. So with this, let's do the chanting.